My presentation this evening is on my assignment part 3. My topic for discussion this evening is how information systems helps organizations respond to threats and opportunities. A quick presentation overview. I will begin my presentation with an introduction on information systems, typical threats that information systems go through on a day-to-day basis. What are the data risks involved in corporate identity strikes, and finally conclusions. Introduction. Threats against information systems are increasing. Corporations, government agencies, and other organizations constantly soaring up their defense to protect data and the people to whom it refers. As with personal computers, common threats to corporate information systems include natural disasters, power outages, equipment failures, human errors, software failures, security breaches, act of war, and malware. No computer system can be completely risk-free, but several proactive measures can protect information systems and threats. Information system data vulnerabilities. The first one is natural disasters. Natural disasters can completely shut down computer systems, cut off service to customers, and potentially destroy the customer's system completely. Power outages can be caused by natural disasters, overloaded power grids, planned burnouts, and rolling blackouts. Third is equipment failures. Can occur in any hardware computer systems. The risk of failures increases a hardware component, but an error can occur even for brand new hardware. Fourth, human failures. Human failures can occur in any hardware component of a computer system. The risk of failures increases as a hardware component ages, but they can occur in brand new systems even. Security breaches include stolen data, physical intrusion, and deliberate sabotage. A most common example of this is our scammers and store database which contain customers' credit cards, numbers, and iTunes password. Act of war. Once affected, only computer systems located on battlefronts will be affected. With a recent increase in terrorist incidents, civilian areas have also become targets. Act of war can physically damage a computer system. Malware can damage just about any computer system. You might have experienced the nuisance of rooting out a virus from your computer. The inconvenience pales when compared to the potential effects of a virus on a corporate information system. Information system data securities. The following are 4 countermeasures in which organizations and institutions can put in place to save their data on information systems. The first one is deterrence. Deterrence reduces the likelihood of deliberate attacks. Physical deterrence, such as limited access to critical servers, fall under this category. Preventative countermeasures. Shield vulnerabilities to render an attack unsuccessful or reduce its impact. Preventative is a synonym for prevention. Corrective procedures. This reduces the effect of an attack by having data backups, disaster recovery plans, and the availability of reluctant hardware devices are all examples of corrective procedures. Detention activities, recognizes attacks and triggers preventative countermeasures. Data centers, the hardware and software for most corporate information systems are housed in data centers. A data center is a specialized facility designed to hold and protect computer systems and data. Data centers are designed to proactively reduce the risk of data loss that might occur. In general, data centers are not located in areas prone to earthquakes, floods, or tornadoes. For maximum protection, some data centers are housed in previously military bunkers, abandoned mines, and limestone caves. To avoid downtime, one of the most basic requirements of a data center is a power supply that is uninterrupted from high-capacity batteries operated and backup generators. What happens when disaster strikes? If disaster or earthquakes was to hit Suba area this afternoon or tonight, how would companies save all its data to avoid the loss of valuable information stored over a long period of time? Well, there can be a disaster recovery plan, which is a step-by-step plan that describes the methods used to secure data against disasters and set guidelines for how an organization will recover lost data if and when a disaster occurs. A well-formulated disaster recovery plan should account for all kinds of trouble, from the most minor glitches to the most destructive disasters. A disaster recovery plan can mean difference between an organization rebounding after a disaster or simply ceasing to exist. Disaster recovery plans are critical to data security as data backups, firewalls, and password protection. Then we move on to corporate identity theft. This is when corporations have their brands which symbolizes their products and services. They become victims of identity theft, which are used by scammers, and the advantages of this is that it loses the customer's confidence in these big brands. It gives customers an overwhelming feeling and service. It generates bad publicity, and eventually it will result in a loss of revenue. The internet makes it easy to steal corporate identities and use them for phishing scams and take websites. Phishing scam is an email that looks like it originated from legitimate companies such as Bank of America, PayPal, or Microsoft. To recap my presentation this evening, common threats to corporate information systems include natural disasters, power outages, equipment failures, errors, software failures, security breaches, act of war, and malware. Measures can be grouped into 4 categories, which I have already explained. Data center is specialized facilities that holds computer systems and data. Disaster recovery plan is used to back up their services, set up firewalls, and provide password protection. Corporate identity attacks can undermine the customer's confidence, give them a sense of overwhelming, generate bad publicity, and eventually have their incomes reduced. So that is the end of my presentation for this evening. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time. This is my reference. Thank you. Pinakapagaliabu.